Hey there, Kalyn here, and welcome to another video in the Too Many Cards series that Emily Leiphart and I have created. Today we're using stamps and dies from Altenew. We're using the Trendy Circles stamps and coordinating dies, as well as the Reason to Smile sentiment stamp set. So first I'm going to take some plain white cardstock, and that's going to be the base of my card. And then I'm going to be die cutting some of the circles out of the same color of cardstock, and then just stamping some of the Trendy Circles images onto them. So the first one you can see got die cut a little bit, the bottom got a little bit cut off, but that's okay because I'm going to have some of these circles going off the edge of my card anyway. So first I'm just taking a red ink and stamping the first part on the circle stamp, and then taking the other stamp that coordinates with it and stamping a darker red color ink that didn't show up super well at first, but I just had to stamp it a couple more times and then I got the saturation how I wanted it. I really loved how these look like planets, so I went with kind of a space theme for this card. I made it for my husband's birthday, and he loves outer space, so I thought this would be perfect for him. So I just took the other stamps in this set. There's a smaller one, a couple smaller ones with some patterns on them. And I'm just going to ink up that stamp with some green ink and then stamp that on the smaller circle. Now I'm just going to stamp the rest of the images in the stamp set on the remaining circles. There's large, medium, and small circles, so you'll just see me here stamping various colors of ink on the different sizes. I really liked this kind of 1/3, 2/3 stamp, so it's two parts, and it just really makes for fun color combinations and a just really nice, clean and graphic approach. Now I'm going to be using my MISTI to do some stamping of this other two-part stamp. It worked okay on the first one, but it would definitely be easier if you use the MISTI, so that's what I'm doing here. I did a lighter green and a darker green, and for sure the darker green works better if you get to stamp it a couple of times, and it's so much easier to line it up if you use the MISTI tool. So that's what I'm doing here, and it turned out a lot better using this. And then all I had to do was die cut it using my Sizzix Big Shot machine. So now that I have a bunch of these stamps on all of the die cut circles, I'm ready to start seeing how they're going to lay out on my card. Once I kind of play around with them and figure out a layout that I liked, I just take a picture with my phone to make sure that I can reference exactly how I wanted them to look. And then I'm just taking the other big stamp in this stamp set, which is a circle that has a grid pattern inside, and I'm stamping that down on my card base in a couple of different ink colors just to give an extra layer to this card and just some extra dimension. So once that's done, I'm going to glue down a couple of the circles that I know I want to lay flat because I'm going to be popping up some of the other ones. So some of them I have going off the edges, and then I'm going to trim those later, but I just wanted to get the first layer of die cut circles down before I do the rest of my stamping. So I'm going to be using the You Are My Universe sentiments from the Reason to Smile stamp set, and I'm using my MISTI to stamp these just to make sure I get them perfectly aligned and exactly where I want them. So I'm just using some plain black ink and stamping these right down in the center of my card. Now I'm just going to cut off the excess of the pieces that went over the edge of my card, and then I'm going to take the other die cut pieces and pop them up using some foam adhesive squares. Before the card is finished, I'm just going to add some enamel dots. I had some that matched the green ink color and then the red ink color. So I just figured I would add a couple of those for an added element on the card. And that's going to finish this card up. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you got to see just one way you can use these stamps and dies. Be sure to check out Emily's video as well to see how she took on using these products. And be sure to check the description box below to see how you can win a $15 gift certificate to Altenew. Thanks so much for watching.